draft Bijan Robinson to be a running back. He is an offensive option. I've been calling him this since the day.
He's a flex player. He's a flex player. I have a draft. I have a fantasy draft in 2 hours. He's a flex player.
Yeah, I mean but that's seriously. I would not be surprised if he ends up starting in the slot for them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Kadero Hodge being hurt, we don't know when he'll be back.
I like to compare him to, and I want to get to the Kadero Hodge thing in 1 second, but I like to compare Bijan to Deebo Samuel, not in terms of the type of player that they are, but just like in the way I think they're going to be used.
That's fair. I've said I think he's a larger Darren Sproles in terms of how he could be used, a larger, more talented Darren Sproles. And that's no knock on Darren Sproles, by the way.
Oh,
like Darren Sproles is fantastic.
Falcons fans are very familiar with Darren Sproles.
Right, but I'm saying if he's 125% Darren Sproles, and I think he could be more than that. I mean, I've gone on the radio, so I will say this. If Bijan Robinson stays healthy throughout his career, I think his career ends in a jacket. Wow. Now, what color jacket that is, red or gold, is we can debate that, but that's how good I think he can be. Now, and I don't say that. I mean, I've said this. I've watched a lot of football. I covered the Lions for 8 years. I think everybody knows this that probably listens to your podcast. I've seen very few guys that you watch them every day in practice and you're like, oh, okay. And the last guy I can say that I said that every day about was Calvin, meaning Calvin Johnson. So that talent level is that high. Now, it all comes down to health and usage, but I think he'll get used in a way that accentuates that talent here. But it all comes down to health for him.